Hi, good morning. Welcome to Yap. Today I'm joined by Laura.
Good
Uh,
morning.
Big energy, big. I just want to kick this podcast off by saying I am embarrassed and I am humiliated. Uh, Yesterday, it was pouring rain.
Yeah,
I stayed a little bit after work. Um,
a little. It started pouring rain at like 6 o'clock.
whatever. Okay, I stayed a little bit after work, and it was me, Mel, and Tyler, right? Now, have in mind that I'm the only person with a car in this scenario.
Yeah.
It was pouring rain outside, and I was like, "You guys, if you like, I wouldn't mind like dropping you off like to the nearest bus stop or like Mel to her place because she lives
Right
like
there,
super close to
yeah.
here."
Oh God.
We all exit at the same time. Tyler says she'll catch an Uber, so I'm like, "Okay, cool. If you insist, like, I'm not gonna be like,
An Uber home or to the bus stop.
no, Uber home."
Okay.
Tyler catches an Uber home, so now it's me and Mel. We're both exiting the building, and it's still pouring rain. So I'm like, "Just wait here. I'll bring the car just so like she doesn't
Yeah.
get poured on."
Yeah.
I get to the car. I think I might stink a little because, like, obviously it's been a long day. Da, da, da.
Okay.
So I pull out my perfume and I like spray like 2, 3 sprays on myself just to like not make the car stink or not make myself stink.
Okay.
I sit in the car. I turn it on. I start the car. I come to the building. I pick up Mel. The first thing she says, she goes like, "Did you put mosquito spray on?" Bear in mind, this is a $140 perfume I bought for my birthday.
She said, "Did you put repellent on?"
And I lied. Okay, yeah, bro, I don't know if I can tell this, but I literally was like, yeah, I had a deep clean with the car yesterday. I was like, I had to put the spray on thing, so that's why it might stink.
You made up the most
I
elaborate
had
lie.
to. I couldn't be like, because the second she said that,
That's
she's like, oh,
hilarious.
sorry, I didn't mean to like that, and I was like, no, it's fine. Like, it was literally actually insect repellent. So yeah.
Tell her next week on the podcast on Monday.
She'll never be on the podcast.
My God,
Bro, this
that's
was so
hilarious.
embarrassing. Bro, imagine it's like, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just like not sting. She'll probably think it'll smell like.
Is this a
pleasant.
cinnamony one? I don't think it smells like insect repellent.
I don't know. Now it's fucking with me because I'm like, maybe it does a little bit.
That is so funny.
But, bro, I'm like,
the fact that you went with
and the
it
car
as
ride was
well.
like 4 minutes. Like it just felt like it was 20 minutes. I was like, fuck. I was like, damn, well, but yeah, that's perfume for you.
Too funny.
So I think looking back, it would have been better if I stunk than it smelled like fucking
You
insect.
probably didn't even stink either.
No, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. I'm like sitting in a close vicinity. I don't want to like. I don't know, man. I don't know what I was thinking. Have you
funny.
seen the latest from MrBeast
No.
and KSI and Logan Paul? So this happened a couple of hours ago. They launched a product together.
MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carter, do you know about this? Actually? Okay, so this happened like a couple of hours ago. They said they're gonna have a special announcement, both KSI and Logan Paul, and they hopped on Instagram Live with MrBeast, and they were teasing the fact that like KSI and Logan Paul have Prime going for them,
Yeah.
like a drink, and MrBeast has Feastables, the chocolate bar, going for him. And so they came out. Oh, on the live they had the Rizzler. Do you know who the Rizzler is?
No.
Let me show you the
I
Rizzler.
have no idea who that is. Maybe I'll recognize them, but
No, I don't think you would, but just for the sake of this painting the picture thing going on, the Rizzler. This little kid?
no.
You've never seen the Rizzler?
No. On
Bro.
TikTok?
Yeah.
No.
He just does like a Riz face. He just like sucks his cheeks and he just like.
Okay.
Anyways, he was
They
on
had
there.
him as well on the live.
Yeah, he
or
was
with
on there for
them.
some reason,
Right. Okay.
and they both. So it was like KSI, Logan Paul, and MrBeast. They're all like in the live. So it was like dissected into like 2, 3 sections. Like they just joined the live, and they launched a competitive product for Lunchables called Lunchly.
Right. So it's competing with Lunchables.
And it basically it's 3 box variations. They all include a drink from Prime and a chocolate bar from Feastables, and like some have nachos, some have like a pizza
Smart.
crust, some have
Yeah.
I think it's like crackers and cheese.
Yeah.
So
Smart.
yeah, the weird thing about it was that like on the box it says like it includes the drink, it includes the chocolate bar, it includes a variation of food. And people were like, variation? What do you mean by that?
Like a flavor?
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
So,
That's a smart way to like tie their products together
Yeah.
and make them,
which is interesting because
work well.
I really thought MrBeast was gonna be on the downfall, to be honest. Because like
Yeah, because he was getting cancelled.
he was getting cancelled.
Did he ever acknowledge it?
No, he hasn't, right? No, I got my fact checker over here. You think so? Did you not see the
Carter
videos
thinks
from?
he's smart for not acknowledging it.
Did you not see the video from Dogpack 404 though? Like, his videos. This was like an editor that used to work for MrBeast, and
They make
he
me feel really old.
What?
It's like Gen Alpha chats.
It's this editor that used to work for MrBeast. Like, you can search him up, Dogpack 404 on YouTube, and he's made like 3-4 videos just on MrBeast. Like, that's how he started his YouTube channel, and the first video got like 12 million views.
Oh yes, the
Like, it went
guy
super
that's trying
viral.
to take him down. Yep. But he didn't acknowledge it,
No.
so it'll go away
Yeah.
soon.
And especially with this now, this is like a new headline. This is like the latest headline, MrBeast. So like, he can just like move forward with it. But yeah, they're coming
Yeah.
for Lunchables next.
So the Rizzler did nothing on the live.
No, he was just there making faces.
Oh my god, that's
So
so
he was literally there for like 2 seconds, and they were like, "Make the face, make the face." He was like,
Oh, he was just there for 2 seconds. He probably just requested and they
guest
were like,
appearance. Yeah,
we can't not.
yeah.
Oh, well, good
But
for him.
yeah, Lunchables.
KSI and Logan Paul both own Prime Water?
Yeah.
Right. Prime Water's so gross. Can kids drink that?
They're not. It's not meant to. It's not meant for under 16-year-olds. I think it says on the bottle.
Oh, it's like adult Lunchables. That's interesting because
I don't know.
I think their primary audience is like quite young.
Especially like Lunchables, like
Yeah.
that's like the most second grade American high school.
But I think
lunch ever.
Americans like still eat that
Yeah,
in high school and stuff.
Well, like
Yeah.
if you're in high school and you come you bring out fucking lunch sleeves box, I'm bullying the shit out of you. It just opens this box. Fucking, oh, I got my Prime over here. It's like 3 crackers with like a tiny bit of sliced cheese on it.
Did they have any build up to the launch of this, or
Yeah.
did they just go on live? Like, what did they?
No, so
how
basically,
did they warm up the
yeah.
audience?
So KSI and Logan Paul said they're gonna have an announcement like, I want to say like a day and a half ago. They
Yeah.
said that this day,
Only
check on
a day and a
Instagram
half
Live.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they went live, and then that's what.
And that they both said it, so they knew, like the audience knew it was a
Yeah.
collaboration.
It's super similar to how they launched Prime as well, because at the time, they were like kind of on bad terms, or they had just had like the boxing match with each other. And
KSI and Logan
yeah,
Paul.
they had a boxing match,
Right.
and then it was like 6 months from then that they were like, KSI and Logan Paul 3, because they played they against each
Gotcha.
other twice,
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, catch on Instagram Live, like this is, and everybody thought it was gonna be
tomorrow.
like an announcement for a boxing match,
Yeah.
and they was like, ta-da, hydration drink, and now it's $1 billion company.
But it was only a couple of days before the launch that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Which is interesting
Yeah.
because Molly May took a completely
Wow.
different approach.
What a segue!
As a Molly May like watcher and consumer, I've known that she's had a project in the works
Yep.
for like 2 years.
Okay.
Like she would just talk about it for 2 years. Like, I'm working on this project.
Yep.
I'm really proud of it. It's something I'm working on my own. The only slight hint as to what it was that she used to be the creative director of Pretty Little Thing, the clothing brand in the UK. I don't know what that actually meant or like the scope of her role.
Like an
but
ambassador kind of thing.
yeah, like they called her a creative director, but essentially she was just like their
The
face.
face,
Yeah. So she stopped working with them after she had a daughter.
Yep.
So the only slight hint was like it could be clothing because she stopped working with her like primary clothing
Yep.
brand, but she didn't really give any hints as to what it was. And then a week before it launched, she said like launching on this day, a week before it launched, people started guessing and someone found the Instagram account and like made a TikTok about it. There was no post, but it was obvious that it was clothing because someone went and did the deep dive on the trademarking and blah, 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 blah. But they were right.
Now, who is Molly May? She's. Did she get her start from Love Island?
She did. So she went on Love Island, ages ago. Like, not one, maybe like, I don't know, season 5, I think it was. And she matched with Tommy Fury. And then they literally dated up until like last month. And they got engaged, had a daughter. But yeah, that's how she was already an influencer before she went into Love Island.
Okay.
But her personal brand like completely blew up after Love Island. and she's probably the most famous person to come out of Love Island.
Yeah,
Like,
I would
she's
say-
built the best brand.
I would say she's one of two women I know from Love Island. It's like her and like Ekansu.
Yeah.
She's super famous as well.
Yeah.
But like Molly is like the OG. She's like
She's done so well, like building her influencer career out of Love Island.
Yeah.
Like, she is unmatched to anyone else that comes out of the show. She's like completely unassociated with reality TV now. She has her own brand completely.
it's so interesting, like this, like how Love Island like transforms like these creators.
Crazy, huh?
Because like up until Love Island, I'd assume she'd have like maybe like up to 10K followers on Instagram. She'd post like the average like model pic here and there, but like nothing crazy. And then
Nothing
she goes
crazy.
to Love Island. People get to hear her voice, see how they interact.
Yeah, know her personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just blow up. And it's happening right now with the cast of Love Island USA.
Yes.
I told you like a month ago how
Yes.
good of a season it was, and now it's ended. And the cast, it's like the most viewed season. Yeah.
Leah?
Even Carter's up with the
Carter's tapped
times.
in with Love Island.
Like it ended, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago, and
Yep.
now like there's 3 girls, like Leah being one of them, Janae and Serena,
Yep.
and they're like full on celebrity status. They've got like 3 million Instagram followers. They're going to New York Fashion Week. They're on red carpets. They're being invited to celebrities' houses. They're hanging out with like Kylie Jenner's
Damn.
friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy what Love
Especially-
Island does
yeah.
for people.
Especially like the community it garners. Like it's always like I'd see like some highlight of the show on TikTok, and I'd have like fucking 20,000 comments of just like people
Yeah.
discussing the lore of it, and I'm like,
That's one of like the main reasons I still use Twitter.
yes.
Like, because I like to, as soon as I watch an episode, I'd go into Twitter, look up the hashtag, and just like read all the conversation about it. And it just gives me such satisfaction to know that like I'm not the only one thinking this, or I'm not the only one annoyed by this person. I never actually tweet anything, but man, it's like such a, I don't know, it's so satisfying to me to like know that other people are annoyed by what I'm annoyed at, or think someone's ridiculous, or like this specific person. And you can kind of tell who's going to be successful when they come out of the show, because there's so much conversation around them,
Yep.
good or bad. Like, there's just talk about them.
So bad talk is not that terrible if it's on Love Island. Like,
No, so
just gotta
like
have a
Leah,
personality?
for example, she's probably the most famous person out of that season, and she had like kind of a negative reputation in the show.
Yep.
And then she just did like a complete turnaround and like won people over by the end.
yeah,
So like throughout the season, because you're literally watching people every single day,
yeah,
you like kind of go through different phases of liking them, hating
Character
them.
development.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Crazy.
so much character development because you're literally watching them every day for like 2 months.
yeah.
So, and no one's going to be like perfect the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are, but yeah, it's like very common for someone to be hated and then loved, or hated in the villa, come out and like redeem everyone. Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it's better to start off being hated, because then the
Mm.
love sometimes is always like a multiple, like a
Yeah.
like a lot more than the hate, or like a lot stronger than the hate. Like
Yeah.
even like I want to think like the most hated people that start getting hated, their transition into being loved is so I don't know what, it's so interesting. Like I don't know if it's a good example, but the only example I can think of is like the Catch Me Outside girl,
Catch me. Oh, bad
baby,
Barbie.
Mojave.
I don't know.
How do you say it?
Bad baby.
Damn,
Yeah.
my fault. I thought I was saying it, but she's Mojave.
I have no idea
Yeah.
what she's called.
But she was the most hated girl on the internet for like a
Yeah.
week. The second she showed up on
The
Dr.
Dr.
Phil.
Phil?
Yeah.
She was truly.
And then the second she like kind of owned it, and she became like her own woman and started releasing rap music.
Yeah.
It's become like a cult fan base
Yeah,
almost.
there's lots of love for her. And her music ain't even bad.
Nah,
I'll
Gucci
be
flip
honest.
flop. Oh, but now she has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that that's primarily true when someone's like,
Yeah.
when you actually see the change in someone, or they start owning who they are and they find like their
Yeah.
following, well, not their following, their fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's low-key like wrestling, I feel like. Because, like, wrestlers, like, hear me out. Like, the characters sometimes, like, when they're so good at being, like, bad or evil, you kind of almost start rooting for the person. and then you want to see their transition to becoming a good person.
How are they bad or evil like, in the ring?
Yeah, like they cut promos, like they talk to the mic. They're like,
Right.
the second they catch the mic, they're like shitting on the city they're in. They're like, oh, this city's full of shit people.
Oh.
And then slowly people start to like that, and then people start rooting for them, and then naturally they become like the favorite.
Are they ever like nice in the ring, or are they always just talking shit? And then
Well, if
people
they're in
start
their
liking
like bad phase, they're like being super slimy in the
them?
ring, like hitting low blows.
They
Like
go
cheating.
through phases.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
And
you
it's-
watch wrestling?
A little bit.
Oh my god, I've never met anyone who watches wrestling before.
I feel-
I'm
you
dead.
grew out of it. Oh, tell that to Busky.
Big 23
Yeah.
watching wrestling.
I like watch clips on TikTok here and there. I don't even like watch the whole.
It's okay, Abdel. You can.
No,
like
I don't even watch.
wrestling.
I don't even watch it. Like I don't even watch it like that.
I
watch it
don't
for the
know
storylines.
anything about wrestling apart from John Cena. Speaking of John Cena, he's
retired?
he's in his fucking prime. He is
What do you do?
peaking in life right now. He's in every movie.
Oh yeah.
He's just like the go-to actor for comedy movies right now.
Yeah.
And he's had like 2 successful careers.
Yes.
He was like the wrestler and now he's the comedy actor.
I don't know if you know, but he's announced his retirement from WWE.
From what?
From WWE.
What's the wrestling?
Yeah.
He was still wrestling?
Well, on and off, like super part time. Like
I thought he retired from that.
no, he
ages
just like
ago.
slowed down. He became super part time because obviously like he's gone
an
to
actor
Hollywood.
now.
But like
Yeah.
he comes back every now and then. Like
I did not
Yeah.
know. I fully thought he retired
Yeah.
like years ago.
it's really interesting
Good for
because their main show or like so they have 2 weekly shows.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's called Raw, it's called WWE Raw. It's moving to Netflix
He
starting.
knows a lot about
It's
wrestling.
no, this is really interesting. Literally, like, wow.
I'm like,
No, they're moving it to Netflix, which is really interesting.
oh.
Like it's
Where
gonna
is
be,
it now?
it's on like USA Network or something like that,
Right.
and it's gonna move to Netflix, and it's gonna become like a live weekly show on Netflix, which is really
Damn,
interesting.
people be out here watching wrestling.
Bro, it's
for
$1 billion industry.
real.
It's $1 billion industry for real.
I mean, like, I get it's entertaining, but it's fake, right? Is
Yeah.
it fake?
Yeah. Like they're taking bumps and stuff. Like they're still falling. They're not taking like super punches. Like the one I found out where like they broke my heart was like, you know, like it'd be like he'd stand and like I would hypothetically in GTA kick your chin like with my foot, so I'd go like this.
Yeah.
But every time they do it, it would sound so bad. It would sound like I just like took the life out of you.
Right.
But it turns out the whole time they just hit their thigh when they're doing it.
Oh.
they're like,
damn.
and it just sounds like it's so. The more you know, and ever since
So
then,
then, when it actually hits the person, it's quite gentle,
yeah,
and then they just
most
like,
of the time,
fall over
Yeah.
like really dramatically.
most of the time. But sometimes it actually hits them bad,
Right.
and sometimes the wrestlers like snap on each other in real life, like in the ring.
Damn.
So it's yeah, a lot of the time it's like the lines are blurred between like reality and like
Gotcha.
TV, because sometimes
How
they
do
like
they
shoot for
just-
each other's families and stuff, and it's like
How do they decide who wins a wrestling match? Whoever puts on the best show?
they have like a big
The story is
yeah, they have like full writers and everything. It's not like up to the wrestler.
It's written already before
Yeah,
they go in the ring.
There's writers.
So they're acting.
Yeah, and
Oh.
and the referee always has an earpiece in to like get told directions or like to like get told from backstage like, oh, speed up this fight, come on, let's wrap it up, like
Oh my
oh,
god! It's
tell
a
this wrestler
full-on
something.
production.
Yeah.
So the wrestlers know who's gonna win before they.
For
go
the
in
most
then.
part, yeah, unless there's like a super like last second decision that's being told to the ref's ear, yeah, it's all premeditated.
So what would inspire someone to be a wrestler? Because they want to be an actor
Yeah,
and they like fighting and
Yeah.
money, of
Yeah.
course.
yeah,
Right.
it's like a perfect combination for being like a stunt man, an actor, an athlete, all in one.
Gotcha. And the audience all knows like this is a
Yeah,
show.
yeah. Unless you're
They
like
just like watching the
Yeah.
show.
it's not just the show. It's like the storytelling is so good. Like
Right.
they build stories over years, and like nothing
Wow.
is just for the sake of it. Like a lot of it makes sense. Like they had The Rock come back.
The Rock's a wrestler too, eh?
He started from wrestling.
Wow.
He came back because the main man is like kind of related to The Rock, and like yeah, it's just like it's super elongated storytelling that's executed so well.
Damn, shout out to the wrestling community. I thought it was just silly because the only time I ever watched it was when I was little and
Yeah.
like John Cena was like in his prime.
Yeah.
And like I lived with my cousin
Yeah.
who's a dude and
Yeah.
he was like so into it. And I would just see it on TV and I'd be like, oh, this is so silly. I never realized it was like this
No,
full on production.
It's so good. It's so good. It's a $1 billion industry.
Wow.
Speaking of $1 billion industry, I'm sure pizza is a $1 billion. No, Pizza Hut in the UAE. I miss the UAE, man. I grew up in that region. But Pizza Hut in the UAE, they're making this. I don't know how you even would call this.
Isn't it a campaign?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. They're making. They've recently launched this campaign where you get free pizza according to how well your video on TikTok does.
Performs.
Yeah.
Which is such a good concept, I think, for
Would you?
UGC.
Yeah.
However, would I make a video? Absolutely not.
You wouldn't make a TikTok for a free pizza.
I'm grown. I can go buy a pizza.
Yeah.
Like,
My fault. My fault.
like that's the thing. Like it wouldn't inspire me, but if they're going for a younger audience,
Yeah.
I think it's really smart.
Carter, can I ask, would you make a TikTok for pizza? You wouldn't?
Damn.
Why?
Because he's rich now. He got
You got
money.
money. You got money.
He got money.
But if you didn't have money and you were like kind of like starving and broke and like
Yes, I'd make-
Okay, like 3 months ago, would you make a pizza video?
I would-
Last year.
last year. Okay, when
Okay,
you were
so
when you were
you were-
10.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course
So, like, what's the age range? I think maybe when you hit like 16, you wouldn't do it anymore.
I don't know. I feel
Would
like
you
I'm
do
such.
it now?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Damn.
Now I'm like questioning if I should. No, yeah, obviously no. I'm too grown for that. Like, bro, I'll just buy pizza. Like, I don't even care like
No,
that.
there
Like,
obviously is people that would still do it because they already. I think the older people that would do it isn't because they necessarily want a prize
Yeah,
or they want a
yeah,
pizza.
yeah.
It's because they already make content.
yeah.
They already enjoy the process of making content,
Yeah.
and then it's like, why not? I could win something out
Yeah.
of this.
And I think the other thing is that the thing that's cool is that like your reward is based on how well your video does. So it's not just like make a video and get a free pizza. It's like
Yeah.
make a video, if it bangs, you might get like a year's voucher in pizza.
Oh damn!
No,
so
I
you
just
can
made that
get
up.
a
I just made that
year.
up. I just made that up. I just made
Okay,
that up.
what's
But
the tiers though?
hypothetically-
Surely, the more like if someone's video is viral, gets millions of views,
Yeah.
they're not just gonna get a free pizza. There must be tiers to this.
Yeah,
To
possibly.
incentivize people to actually make good content.
Yeah, which is the hashtag is pretty cool. It's called Your Terms, Your Conditions. So it's pretty cool. It's like
I think it's a really great campaign and a
Yeah.
good idea, and just highlights like how UGC is in its prime.
Yeah.
And such a good like content format
Yeah.
for brands to be utilizing right now. But I like how they didn't just go out and hire a bunch of UGC
No.
creators. They actually tried to incorporate the true people that eat
Yeah.
and consume
pizza
their
eaters.
product.
Yeah,
I'd be interested to see the videos and how
Yeah.
it actually pans out for them, because these things can pretty easily flop
Yeah.
when it's a low value prize like a pizza.
especially when they're going all in. Like this campaign is literally like dependent on the UGC creators.
Yeah.
Like they haven't paid a single person. Like I mean, they're paying people in pizza if they do it. But it's like no guarantee. Like there's no ads going live, unless like the
Yeah, all
announcement is.
organic.
Yeah. So
Very interesting. Yeah, I'm
High
interested
risk,
to
high
see
reward.
how it pans out and who makes the best video, and surely they'll get something
Yeah.
high value, like a year's worth of pizza. If it was a year's worth of pizza, I mean, personally, I still wouldn't do it, but like I can see the appeal. Carter would do it.
Okay,
He would
what's
do it.
what's the lowest price you do it for? Like a month worth of pizza? Would you make a video? You
A
wouldn't
month's
make a
worth of
video for
pizza?
a month worth of pizza.
That's still a pretty good price.
No, but like it's like a month's worth of pizza.
Once in the month. Or I could just
No, no, no.
What
Yeah, you
if it
could
was
buy it for like 30
McDonald's?
times. You could buy the pizza for
buy
30
it. I
times.
don't want to buy it 30 times. That's the thing.
Not in a month, just like in general. Like it's valid for a year, but you could buy it 30 times. It's like a month's worth of pizza.
You just switch that to make it more appealing.
I'm trying to get you guys. Pizza Hut have paid me to make this work.
Like, realistically, if you win a year's worth of pizza, you're probably not going to eat it more than 30 times. Like,
But 30 times is like a lot more than 0 times, you know? Guys, thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. This has been Laura. This has been Carter. I think he's going to be on tomorrow. He's going to have a mic of his own. Laura, any final words?
nope. Thanks for having
Okay,
me.
follow me on Instagram. There'll be like, PS.
See ya.
Why did I say PS?
I don't know.
Bye.